Hey guys, welcome back to Vanguard Motor Sales. I'm Greg, and that's a GT500. Yeah, it's the Heritage Edition. She's only got 44 miles on her, and it is looking beautiful. Now, this one has the taped on stripes, and it actually has the paint protection on it too. The nose has got it on there, the hood's got it on there, the front fenders have got it on there. And my last couple Mustangs, I actually had a couple of these that I put quite a few miles on. That paint protection stuff really, really works, man. I tell you, I had a couple of really big rock chips hit me, and that thing really, really saved the day. Puts a little dent in the protection, but then you can switch that out and you can't even tell there's a chip. Just absolutely beautiful job. Now these things are amazing, man. This is the carbon fiber edition. As you can see, it's got the carbon fiber wheels. It's got the gigantic Brembo brakes up front. Now, one of the things cool about the GT500s is on the Heritages, it actually says GT500 down here, which is super cool. Now then on the painted stripes, the GT500's on the hood, but on the vinyl stripes, it's down there in the rocker. Now look at the interior in this thing, man. Beautiful interior. We got the Recaro seats in there. Of course, everybody's looking for that gear selector, but we got a dial in there. The carbon fiber cars came without the back seat, save a little bit of weight, get down the track a little bit faster. And of course, it's got the carbon fiber on the dash also. 760 horse Predator motor under the hood. That 7-speed dual clutch transmission going through the gears, and I tell you, all the electronics on this thing are amazing, man. She's got the line lock on her. She's got the launch control. Then of course the carbon fiber wing out back. I'm gonna pop open the trunk. Like I said, I drove a couple, 3 of these, quite a few miles. I mean, we used to take ours to the grocery store. What's really cool about these Mustangs is, now this is all your extra stuff that come with the car. It's got the little kit in there, and I believe that's probably the cover, and then maybe the oil separator in there also. But there's plenty of room in there, and those seats, well actually we have no seats in here, so they don't fold down in this one. Mine actually had the back seats in there. Super, super cool car here, guys. Of course, the stripes come all the way to the back. As you look down the side of it, man, I tell you, she is slick. This thing looks like it's going 1,000 miles an hour just sitting still here, man. She is a sweetheart. Now, at Vanguard Motor Sales, we don't do any consignment whatsoever. That means we own this GT500. Call Tom anytime, and he'll tell you just how easy it is to park this dream in your driveway. We're in the Mustang, and now I'm going to show you what I really love. Firing this bitch up. Listen to it. Man, does it sound good. I love it. The snake coming on. So cool. And while we're looking down here, we got all our modes. These are your driving modes. On these, I drove in sport mode. It comes up on the dash over there, and you see how the dash changes. Track mode, this thing is a little too aggressive. The transmission keeps it at real high RPM. In sport mode, it'll kind of go back and forth. And of course, there's more stuff down here and you can shake a stick at. You can change the exhaust sound. There's quiet mode. Hear that normal, and then sport mode, and then wide open. Then you can also, this turns off traction control, and then if you hold up on it, it actually turns it off for the advanced track. So if you want to like do donuts or whatever, you know, if you try to do that with just traction control off, it'll take the accelerator away from you. Now you can also change your steering wheel tightness, you can change your shock tightness up here on the steering wheel. Then of course all your Cobra modes up here, that would be your line lock, your traction control, I mean all the stuff that it does, the launch control. I mean there's so many things that the computer does on this thing. I would suggest that you get on YouTube, and I mean there's hundreds of YouTube videos that show everything. One of the coolest things that I didn't know about paddle shifters till a few years ago, like if you're going down the road in gear and you want to rev it up, if you hold in on both of these, it actually puts it in neutral. And then one of the things that I use mine for all the time is, of course, I had the exhaust loud all the time, and downshifting. You could just downshift with this, and then the computer knows it goes right back to, it'll stay in that low gear for a few seconds or minutes, and then it'll start shifting again by itself. So, but it's fun coming up on a light, downshifting, making the pipes talk. I mean, everything about it just cool as hell. I've been fortunate enough to be able to drive quite a few miles in one of these, so I've had a blast in them. I just sold mine, and I'm driving a truck now, but I can't wait to get another one. So call Tom, 248-974-9513, and stick with us, because we're going to put this one up in the air so you can check out the bottom. And the reason we're not driving this one, it's only got 45 miles on it, but I'd be out driving this baby. All right, we're underneath the Mustang, and you can really tell this baby has only 44 miles on it. Just clean as a whistle under here, man. Of course, the exhaust, it's got the little flapper in there. There's like 4 adjustments on the exhaust. What's really cool is if you go on the app, you can actually set it up so like in the morning, if you want it to start on quiet mode, it'll start in quiet mode. That's really cool. The rear end housing here, you can see it's got the lines coming out here where it pulls the fluid out, runs it through a cooler and puts it right back in. So she's all set up, ready to race. Independent suspension in the back, of course, posi, of course. You can see those giant brakes up in there. You can see all the heat shielding they've got for the exhaust. The exhaust is absolutely beautiful on it too. You can still see, I mean, of course, it is a brand new car, and it still looks like a brand new car. We have a lot of people ask us about these little scratches in the primer here. It's usually on both sides. There's a little bit of one on this side, but we've actually had quite a few of these cars, like to the tune of 20 of these. And this is where the assembly line actually picks up the car, and it runs down the assembly line. It rubs the paint off. So that, you can take a look at all of our pictures. Every one of them have that on there. You can see all of this all looks brand new. One tiny, tiny little scrape right here, more than likely when it came off the truck. But other than that, it's absolutely beautiful under here. Now, I do have some experience with these cars. I've got quite a few miles, and this splitter is low to the ground, so make sure you stay away from the curbs. The nose of this thing's about 2 feet longer than you think when you're driving down the road. Then, of course, we got these monster tires up front. These babies are 305/30 20s. And then, of course, everybody knows about the carbon fiber wheels, the gigantic Brembo brakes, and then the coating that's on the inside of the wheel. Now, this is a space-age coating they actually put on the space shuttle to keep the heat off. And they're putting it on this rim to keep the heat off from those gigantic Brembo brakes. Can you say that 3 times fast? Brembo brakes, Brembo brakes. Look at the bottom side. Going down the rocker there, everything clean as a whistle. In the back, we got a little bit more rubber. These are 315/30 20s out back. And of course, Brembo's there. And then we got the Pilot Sport Cup 2s. Those are front and back. Those babies are sticky as can be. I've actually had one of my cars out on the track and had a blast. We're gonna get under the hood right now. Under the hood, we got 5.2 liter Predator motor. Yeah, she's got that big old supercharger sitting on top, making 760 horsepower. Absolutely gorgeous under here. I don't think you could fit another thing under here, man. They got stuff going everywhere. Now, the cross brace right here is magnesium here. You can see it's got power brakes, and of course, anti-lock brakes, all that good stuff. We got the air box here. Up front here, we've got carbon fiber holding the radiator in there. She is a beauty. Now, they are real proud of these things because the mechanic who builds the motor actually signs every one of them. I can't read his signature, but it is on there. It says senior, so must be named after his dad. I tell you, she is beautiful. Like I said, I've had the chance to drive these things quite a bit, and they're just a hoot to drive, guys. Get it out on the track, have some fun with it, get it out on the expressway, just stay away from the cops. So give us a call at 248-974-9513 and let Vanguard Motor Sales park this dream in your drive.